afternoon, sir. I'm Anvit Negi speaking on behalf of Ecell DTU. It is a privilege to have a conversation with you, and I'm very grateful to Ecell DTU for providing me with such a wonderful opportunity of telephonic interview.
Thank you, Anvit. It is my absolute pleasure to be part of this.
Sir, I would like to request you to provide our users with basic information about your company and Policy Bazaar.
Okay. So Policy Bazaar is a 10-year-old company. We started as a lead generation engine for buying insurance online. Now we are an aggregator and we actually sell insurance online. We also have another brand called Policy Bazaar, which is a credit product company, which is into credit cards, home loans, mutual funds, personal loans, etc. So we run these two companies today. We recently, after the final round of funding, we are now a unicorn. Yeah, we have a traffic of about 100 million visitors yearly.
Okay, that's wonderful, sir.
Yeah.
So, sir, I'll start with the questions. First and the foremost question I would like to ask: what was the initial problem which Policy Bazaar tried to tackle?
So, one of the big problems in this industry is that it has been very, very people-driven, and typically customers never had the choice. So, if you go to any of your agents, for example, they might provide you great service, but they typically are associated with one product. Policy Bazaar, like we do in all of e-commerce, like in the e-commerce revolution and all happened, Policy Bazaar wanted to give its customers a lot of choice so that the customer can choose what is the best policy for them. And that's why we started a business where we partnered with almost everybody in the industry and brought their products forward to the consumer, where a person could sit at home and then buy insurance in a very, very quick manner.
Yes, sir. The versatility will obviously help the masses. Second question, sir. What are the core values of the company?
So Policy Bazaar is still a startup at heart. It's a very, very informal, buzz place to work at. Our core values still remain what they were in the beginning, which is a company before self and customers before company. That's always been very, very critical for us. The second core value is basically complete independence and freedom for everybody to work the way they want to. And the third one obviously is excellence in terms of ensuring that whatever we do is world class and our customers, partners, everybody kind of wins by providing those services.
That sounds great, sir. The third question I would like to ask: what does the future hold after deals with SoftBank and Policy Bazaar joining the Unicorn Club?
Sure. So I think for Policy Bazaar, Policy Bazaar is business as usual. We've been growing about 100% year on year for the last 2 years. We intend to continue doing so for at least the next 2 to 3 years. But what this does is that it gives us a little bit more aggression in terms of looking at more larger markets. So what we're trying to do now is we're trying to go upstream, which is basically right now, let's say for Policy Bazaar, a customer comes in contact with us when the customer wants to buy a policy, is looking for, let's say, health insurance.
Yes, sir.
Now we want to contact the customers even when the person is thinking health, fitness, or maybe is taking a medical test. So we want to be a part of the health ecosystem, for example, and we keep building some of these ecosystems such that almost every citizen of this country needs to touch base with Policy Bazaar at some point or the other.
Okay, sir. Now the fourth question: how successful have you been in tackling the initial problems?
So we've been, in our own opinion, quite decently successful in tackling some of those problems. So, for example, today we have choices of over 100 providers on our website. You can buy from your home. You do not need to set appointments and all. So in some places, we've been extremely successful. There are some places that we feel that we can do a better job at. So, for example, even today, for a lot of our policies, almost 20-30% of our policies, it may take as much as 15-18 days to get the issuance because there are medical tests, documentation and all. Our vision is how do we bring that time down, because in today's age, nobody gives 15-18 days. People want to pay and get the policy right away. So how can we give everything, let's say, within 24 hours? So there we've done a good job. We were, it used to be much worse. It's now better, but we also feel that there's plenty of scope for us to improve.
Okay, sir. So this question actually is one of my favorite and most important in my perspective. What's your take on pivoting for those aspiring entrepreneurs who are confused and are still in engineering colleges? I want you to focus especially on the entrepreneurs, young aspirants who are actually undergoing a 4-year BTech degree, because it's actually difficult to manage academics as well as things for like a company or startup.
Sure, that is absolutely true. If you're talking about pivoting, obviously it's a natural. Policy Bazaar was lucky; it didn't really have to pivot. But we know of enough companies who pivoted and done well. I think as long as you pivot for the right reason, it's not a really bad thing to do. But I think you need to ask yourself hard questions. I've seen a lot of companies pivot for the wrong reasons, which is, it was perhaps easier to get VC funding if they, pivoted it in a particular way. It was perhaps easier to get some initial traction if they pivoted in another way. And I think these are all the wrong reasons. The right reason is you pivot when you build, let's say, a technology, an algorithm, a patent, or whatever it is that solves a problem. But you feel that the application is in the wrong sphere, and then you pivot. So sometimes if you are a B2C company, you might decide to become a B2B company. But at the core of it, you should be solving a really, really serious problem. And if you're pivoting for any reason other than that, then you have a bit of a problem.
Okay, sir. So the last question, what are the present goals of your organization and how do you aim to achieve it?
So the goal of the organization is to actually make insurance a mass product. Today in India, except for motor insurance, all other insurances are very, very underpenetrated. So like hardly 1 in 100 people have a term insurance, as an example.
Yes,
similarly, for most people rely on their corporate insurances, which are definitely not enough. So our job right now is to ensure that this penetration goes up. We make the process so simple, so seamless, so intuitive, and inform our customers well enough such that the penetration starts reaching what it is in developed markets like the UK or US. And for that, what we continue to do is we continue to educate customers through our marketing channels. But in addition, we work very, very closely with our partners to then create more and more processes that are very, very easy for a customer. So I'll give you an example. Earlier, everybody who needed a medical used to go to a lab and you needed to do a medical test. Now we do at least 30 to 40% of the customers we approve via telemedicine, which means you just get a call from a doctor who ensures that you understood the question and has taken the answers, and that's good enough for you to get your policy. So we'll keep coming up with these processes. We're using a lot of artificial intelligence into our videos for cars, for example, into our voice, etc. How do we keep evolving technology and our analytics platform to ensure that the processes keep getting easier and easier for the customer?
Okay, sir. That sounds actually it will going to help the customer. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you so much, Amit. My absolute pleasure.
Okay, thank you, sir. It was nice talking to you.
Okay, thanks.